the current lease at 85 East Church Street. At the last budget committee meeting, I was asked to talk to the school board, kind of see if they'd be interested in splitting the cost with the county. I talked it over with the school board, and they have decided, due to the influx in sales tax and the one-time money last year, that they would be willing to cover the cost of the building if we agree to continue to occupy, pay utilities, the things that we're currently paying. So that was the discussion I had with the school board. I don't know if there's any questions or anything of that nature about it. I mean, it was pretty cut and dry. I think they're just, due to some of the concerns with sales tax and whatnot, they're just wanting to do their part to help out. Also, I know that Eddie's looking into a ramp in the front of the building. He's currently working on getting a few estimates for it. That's something we'll bring at some, upcoming meetings, sort of the cost and things of that nature once we have it. But that was one on my list. Another agenda item I had was solid waste equipment. I know that Eddie's planning, discussing this some tonight, and Mike Leffler, we bid the shelters for the compactors. We only received one bid for it. The bid came in at $110,000 for 8 pole barns. With that being said, I've talked to both Mike Leffler and Mike McConville, and talking to Mike McConville, I'm under the impression that he's decided he'd like to go a different direction with these pole barns. He just doesn't feel like this is going to be the good fit. His biggest concern is the poles themselves, and he's currently working on a different design for that. But I know tonight, I think that's going to be discussed in the regular commission meeting. The last item I have is we're getting ready in the upcoming months to talk about the $5.4 million in ARPA, the federal. One thing that was brought to our attention during the training with the state is a lot of your municipalities and counties and even your state is working with the CPA firms or professional services firms to assist with the compliance and other audit related issues. I would like to ask the budget committee to put an RFQ in the paper to see which firms would be interested in providing these services. Once we have those, once we receive those letters or interest, I can come back and kind of discuss it again. I do know that the grant has a provision for the ARPA money to cover the cost of professional services. Personally, I highly recommend it. It just gives us that extra layer of protection in future events or auditing. So, aside from that, it's really the only thing I have on my list.
So we're talking about the ARPA funds. Just a couple of things that I know about just to have you be thinking about. So you guys know that Lakeland Electric is now doing these surveys now to provide broadband. And I probably got through some detail about it. Can't really make any kind of decisions to get the survey back in. But when we did the strategic economic recovery session, I know some of you were in that, and there was leaders from the cities and the county of all industries from all over. And the number one thing that Henderson County needs right now is listed in that plan is broadband. So it would, to me, I think it only makes sense that Lakeland Electric is going to provide broadband for us to partner with them and use a big portion of that ARP money, that ARPA money to help provide broadband for people in the county. That's the number one need, and I think we help everybody. When you get broadband, you help the elderly with the telehealth, you help the children with their schoolwork and stuff at home, you help the workforce, there's people that work from home, help the small businesses. I mean, it's a win for everybody. That's why it was number one on the list. And so, still been talking with TEC, because Lakeland Electric, there's several homes out in the northern end of the county, right around Parks Crossroads, that TEC would have to do, because Lakeland Electric don't go to those homes. So they wouldn't be offering that that's just something to be thinking on. I think that would be a way to spend some of that money that benefits everybody. The other thing is, the recreational master plan. You guys know that's on our agenda to talk about. We had a joint economic meeting with the cities and counties, county mayor, the city mayor, just a couple of weeks ago. And I don't think Parker's Crossroads is gonna do it, so that's gonna make the pay go up some. And of course, one of the, Cody Wood there from the city of Henderson asked me, would the county do it based on population rather than everybody paying a flat fee? And so I told him I would bring it to you guys and let you look at it. You look, you see it in your packet. There's 3 or 4 different ways you can do it. 3 or 4 different ways it can be funded. But I need you guys to give me some kind of authority to go into an agreement with them one way or the other. So we'll talk about that the other. The only last thing I have is JD is here tonight. JD has asked me about putting a new garage door on the building there. I'm the fire department with the West Tennessee Dive for that. We got an estimate here from William Wood Construction and the amount of $4,800. He's asked if the county would be willing to pay half.
Can I speak on that?
Sure.
Well, everybody knows me because I'm loud anyway, so everybody don't be able to hear me. We now have a mutual aid agreement with the rescue squad. We have one with the fire department. We have one with the sheriff's department. We respond to all water calls in Henderson County. We have all our equipment in that building, and it's sort of bunched in. Until we get a call, we don't really know what we need. And we have to move stuff to get it out. There's no problem putting it back because we got plenty of time. But I want to put a middle door in so that we can keep stuff hooked up, and if we happen to need the dive equipment, we can just pull out and go. If we need a bolt, we can pull out and go or whatever without having to take time to do all that on the scene. The other thing I would like for y'all to consider at some point in time, because of what happened here a while back, I would like y'all to consider being that we do have a mutual aid agreement, we're doing water services for Henderson County, if we can put something in place to make sure that we can stay in the building as long as we're continuing to provide that. Because right now, just like before, we almost had to move somewhere, and we put a new roof and everything on the building, and went out and done fundraisers to raise money to do it. So, we're providing a service, and we're not asking for money. We're just asking, so I can let our volunteers know that we ain't gotta move tomorrow. I'd like to have something in place that we could use the building, we're gonna spend money on. So, we're not asking for any money, we're just asking to put the door in. I don't mind paying for the door. I'll go raise money to pay for the door, but I don't want to spend money on the building and then take the chance on having to move next week. So I would like for y'all to try to put something in place, at least as long as we're furnishing the services, that we can stay there. And of course, as far as y'all paying to have the door, I'll be glad to take that too, because we're volunteers. But thank y'all for your time.
Thank you, JD. Guys, that's all I've got. Best route you guys tell me to go, that's what I'll do.
As per, just motion approved, might be sufficient. We have heard it.
I think it's full commission, but I think, that only makes sense, as long as they're helping the county and working with the fire department, Brian and all of them. There's no need for them to have to worry every day getting kicked out or anything. I would be like that.
Get a couple $1,000 for the door.
I'd recommend taking it out of the county building maintenance. We currently have a page that has funds set aside for projects like these. So that's why I think.
JD,
Just to cover half of it, I don't have any problem with that. But I would, like I said, I would like to, at some point in time, I understand if we stop providing services for the county, then we should have we spent like $5,000 on the roof and the gable and stuff fixing it, and in all honesty, if something wasn't done to the building at the time we went in it, the building would probably be demolished by now. Because the roof was leaking, the decking was rotten, I mean, it was in terrible shape. And we're not there to tear the building down, we're there to try to help take care of it. Because y'all are helping us, and we're gonna try to continue to help y'all.
I'd say it's rainwater.
What you say you take it?
County building maintenance. There's a maintenance.
Does the budget committee wanna vote on it? I don't see no reason to vote on it, just let the full commission discuss it.
Also, I didn't say, I did check, and I will take care of that. It's in the city, so I'll call the building inspector, and if there has to be a building permit to put that door in, I'll make sure we get that, because I don't want anybody to think that anybody's favoring anybody. I want to go through all the proper channels, so that later on, somebody can't say, well, you should have got a permit, or whatever the case may be. I'll take care of all that when I get the door put in, to cover everybody.
Does the city help you in any way?
They did help with the water on when we put the bathroom in. And I'm planning on going to them, and asking them to help. But I have not as of yet.
Any more discussion on it yet, or anything else we discussed in the budget meeting? No, I think all the commission members here, if y'all want to go ahead and adjourn, maybe we started a little early. Suit y'all. I'll take a motion to adjourn the budget meeting.
Second.
All in favor, aye? All opposed, like sign.
Okay, I'll take a break, we'll come back here in